Welcome, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart. Oh, I guess Kenny's not here. I'm sorry. I wrote my script up. Too bad for my scripted thing here. Alongside the Hall and always of the Hall of Famer Ryan Lindler, as he's making fun of me over there now. As we're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, as we enter in the second game after a tremendous effort against John Glenn 2 nights ago, the Blue Swish find themselves traveling here to North Manchester's battle on the hardwood against the Manchester Lady Squires as they open their season up here tonight on their home floor. Last season, our girls found themselves in the losing column at the Trojan Trench when they faced this team. This Manchester team made it to the sectional championship a year ago, and they still have talent here for first-year head coach Josh Troyer. For Triton, a tough season ending a year ago with a season plagued with setbacks for this group, they found mental toughness and ended the season on a positive note. Missing two key seniors in Chelsea Johnson and Jolie Groves, this group ought to find that groove offensively, find a shooter, and defensively this team knows they can play defense with the best of them. They're going to have to use that defense to create some offense because like you read in Coach Adam Heckaman's column in the Times-Union, he said that defense is going to have to open up nights, going to have to up points on the offensive side. With that defense, though, you can play defense well almost every night. The offense sometimes isn't always there when you can't hit your shots, but defense should be able to be there every single night. There's talent, speed, mental toughness on this team. They've grown. Most of them saw a lot of varsity action a season ago, which is very huge going into this season. You saw players like Lexia Hostrawser step up, be the leading scorer last season ago. Emma Hepler, she's back at the guard spot, so she'll be another one to keep an eye on. And then you have players who played quite a bit, and Taren Yates, she's a very talented sophomore. And they got some players, Jolie Groves, Jaelyn Bules, another couple that got some time, and Abbey Viers. So there's some players out there on the hardwood tonight for the Blue Swish that are very talented and but some very talented underclassmen as well. This team that can sneak up and surprise you. We saw here the other night when they took on John Glenn, leading the way in points was Kinsey Atkins. She had a perfect night from the free throw line with 9 points. Most of those points, 6 of those points coming from the free throw line. She tried about 9 different attempts from the outside, only got 1 to drop, so she's trying to be that outside shooter. You lose Jolie Groves, who is kind of our sharpshooter, but there's girls that are going to have to find that shot outside the yard. Can't do everything on the inside. I mean, you'd like to, but you got to kind of keep an eye on there. If the girls can find a way to score on that outside spot, can make them very dangerous as the season goes on. Both with 8 points the other night, we had Lexia Hostrawser and Taren Yates. Taren Yates, she can drive the ball at the best of them, but she also had 5 assists in that ball game to go along with 4 steals. And one thing you talk about, turn the offense in, trying to go score on the fast break. They did a lot of that during the JV game. I'll have those stats here for you in just a minute. But like I said, Triton is definitely showing some quite a bit of improvement. I mean, you see guys girls come in like Whytnie Miller and what she could do. I mean, she's the Swiss Army knife. There's a lot of things she does very well on the floor, and with coming back with that perseverance and that mental attitude, coming back from 2 ACL tears. To see her come back from those injuries and be able to come back and play is huge. And she's going to be a huge asset for these girls this season as she comes back. She was a vocal leader off the bench, and she really has a lot of experience. And she, like I said, she is a Swiss Army knife. There's a lot of things she can do. And I'll tell you right now, she's a very talented basketball player. To have her out there on the floor as a vocal leader and as a player is very huge. She's a good ball player, very good on the inside. Triton also the other night out-rebounded John Glenn 35-30 in total rebounds. They outran on the defensive side 25 rebounds. So the girls played very well there. We have some girls who can shoot. They just got to have that confidence and really find a way. Kinsey Atkins, a very talented freshman. She'll be in the starting lineup here tonight alongside her tonight. She'll be in the starting lineup out there with Lexia Hostrawser, Abbey Viers, Whytnie Miller, and Taren Yates will be the 5 starting tonight for the Blue Swish. For Manchester, I appreciate their hospitality here, being here tonight, having tables set up for us to be able to do this broadcast. Starting for them tonight will be Emma Garriott, number 5, Bailey Mooney, number 15, Kiera Hatfield, number 20, Mackenzie Day, and number 45, Makenzy Meyer. So this is a team, this is their opening game of the season. There's no better way to start than at home, but Triton will start 2 road games before they host Argus next Tuesday night. And just for everybody wanting to know, the Lady Trojans would like to invite all active and retired military veterans and their families to Military Appreciation Night for their home opener on November 12th against Argus. To honor current and former military members, the Trojans will offer free tickets to all active and retired military veterans. Before the game, the Trojans will be recognizing those who have served our country. And we definitely appreciate their service, and just be a good night to honor them on November 12th, the first home game for the Blue Swish at the Trojan Trench, as we start out the home opener against the Argus Lady Dragons. So we're about 3 minutes away from tip-off. We'll have the national anthem and everything else here, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
after it gets going. I'm going to run the camera after it starts and make sure this is all working. Then I'm going to come up there. See if that reaches up there.
This time, if everybody will rise, remove their hats, face the flag, we'll honor America with the flag for our national anthem. Once again, welcome everybody to Manchester Junior Senior High School for tonight's varsity contest between the Triton Lady Trojans and the Manchester Lady Squires. Starting lineups, first for the Lady Trojans of Triton. Number 4, Taren Yates. Number 14, Whytnie Miller. Number 24, Abbey Viers. Number 32, Lexia Hostrawser. And number 34, Kinsey Atkins. Lady Trojans are coached by Adam Heckaman and assisted by Miller. Now the starters for Manchester Lady Squires. Number 4, Garriott. Number 5, Mooney. Number 15, Kiera Hatfield. Number 20, Mackenzie and number 45, Makenzy Meyer.
All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. We're going to be ready to get this game tipped off and underway between our Triton Trojans and the Squires of Manchester. As we're live here at Manchester High School, I want to take another opportunity to thank Mr. Eric Screeton, the athletic director, for his help and hospitality and helping us out. Of course, the guys down the scorer's table helping us out, get lineups and everything. Appreciate their hospitality. So out there you see the 5, Whytnie Miller, Lexia Hostrawser out there with Taren Yates, Abbey Viers, and the freshman Kinsey Atkins, who led all the Triton scorers a couple nights ago. Emma Garriott's out there with Bailey Mooney, Kiera Hatfield, Mackenzie and Mackenzie Meyer, who will get ready to jump for the tip against Abbey Viers. We'll get this ball game underway here as everybody's standing up over there in the jungle, the students section for Manchester High School. Official talking over, make sure that everybody's out there and understand what's going on. Ball's up, and we're underway. Abbey Viers tips it over, and Taren Yates, the sophomore, has got it for Triton. We're going to go to work. On over to Atkins. She's on the right wing. Back on top, Taren Yates. She's going to work left side. Kicks it down in the corner of Hostrawser. She'll try a jumper. Puts it in. Lexia Hostrawser's on the board first. Triton's out in front. They're going to go a little bit of full court press as Garriott's going to get it on over to Mooney and back to Garriott. They're going to get it back across the way. Dade on down. It's going to be put up by Meyer, and she'll get it. She'll get an answer right back on her two ball of her own. Hostrawser, both teams playing full court press. You're going to see a lot of run and gun here tonight from both teams. Hostrawser kicks it on over to Taren Yates. She's going to work it past the half-court line. Back to Hostrawser, going to reset. Yates now working right, going to go back left side. Mooney on her. Hostrawser fakes the shot. She's going to work left. Back on top. Atkins on over to Whytnie Miller. Miller back. They're going to reset it here. Atkins atop the key. Yates now. Whytnie Miller trying to really work in that zone defense being played on Manchester. Yates is going to drive, hands off to Hostrawser, but she's going to step on the line. There's the first turnover of the ball game. Coach Adam Heckaman in his 12th year at Triton, 123 wins for him. Leading his way, of course, Josh Troyer on the other side, his first season as the head basketball coach. Meyer almost loses there. Mooney's got it. She's going to drive to the free throw line. Day's got it now. Set it back up. Hatfield's got it. Back on to Mooney. Only couple returning players for Manchester from a season ago. Lost a lot of key seniors on in that starting lineup. In the corner, Hatfield's going to try a three. Side iron, no good. Rebound, it's going to come in. And Day's going to try to corral, but can't. And they'll give the ball right back to Triton. Whytnie Miller receives the inbounds, looking for Yates. Back to Hostrawser, on to Kinsey Atkins. There's a lot of speed on this Triton ball team. See what they can do. Miller tries to dribble out of trouble. Hostrawser finds up to Atkins. She's got to get across the half-court line. Is going to get corralled and trapped in the corner. Hostrawser keeps alive. Viers on over to Yates. Yates is going to stop. Picks her dribble up. Finds Whytnie Miller. She'll fake the three. Kicks it back to Kinsey Atkins. Hostrawser deep two. Too strong. Rebound's going to go on over to Garriott. Garriott's got it for the Squires. Here she goes. Kind of quick on the fast break. Going to slow it down. Set her offense. Mooney now. Kicks over. Hatfield in the corner. She's going to drive. Resets back on top to Mooney. 2-3 zone being played by the Blue Swish. Hatfield now in the corner. She'll work, stops, picks her dribble up. Wanted to go down into today, but not there. Garriott with a nice spin move. Turns on the spin cycle, not there, and it's going to go off the hand of Taren Yates on the rebound. Garriott turns on the spin cycle, and Coach Adam Heckaman's going to take a timeout here, the first timeout to get the Blue Swish back under control here. As we take a timeout, we want to remind the Triton Lady Trojans would like to invite all active and retired military veterans and families to the Military Appreciation Night for their home opener on November 12th against Argus. That's next Tuesday. To honor current and former military members, the Trojans will offer free tickets to all active and retired military veterans before the game. The Trojans will be recognizing those who have served our country. Looking forward to that first home game. Get things set up, kind of get the bugs all kind of worked out. Of course, a lot of these girls, I got that good, fun opportunity to be able to broadcast volleyball games, so it's been a lot of fun to get to know some of these girls, and now their athleticism really will translate out here on the court. So see what they can do. Lineups are unchanged by both teams. Mooney now to inbound. Drops it today now, and Whytnie Miller's going to fight in there for the jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to go stay right here with Manchester. Good job by Whytnie Miller with the heads-up play to get in there and force the jump ball. And encouraging her teammates. Only 3 seniors on this team in Whytnie Miller. Jessica Soriano. We're going to get a push, first foul of the game, along with Alyxa Viers. The 3 seniors for Triton. And that's going to be on Taren Yates. The first foul is going to be on Triton. That's her first personal. Team's first. Mooney into the corner. Garriott's going to try a corner 3. It's in. Emma Garriott's on the board. 3-point lead. 2-point. They're going to call that a 2. Atkins cross court to Yates. Back to Hostrawser. Got to work it up past the half-court line. Hostrawser on up to Atkins, and it's going to be 10 seconds. Triton's not going to get across. Had a hard time with that full court pressure. Got to have that confidence to get the ball across the way. When you got that full court pressure, it's really hard to keep that ball moving. Mooney throws it right to Taren Yates, and she'll steal it away. She had a lot of steals there in that JV contest, which the Triton won 41-24. Madeline Doll leading all scorers with 14 points. So Garriott will draw the foul there. Kinsey Atkins is going to try to show off some skills, but here comes Garriott, and she's going to step out on the way through. So a lot of active hands. Both teams, if you read the Times Union articles, are going to try to score on fast break. Is going to be kind of their identity. So we'll see if they can push and use that defense offense. But Mooney's got it right there. She's going to drive to the basket, throws up a floater, not there. Rebound. He's going to fight with Kinsey Atkins and Mooney, but Triton gets the ball back. So Lexia Hostrawser will inbound. Neither team has changed things up. Handful of seniors for Manchester's squad.
I finally got the headset on.
Oh, you're up there? I wondered when you went up there if you had to stretch up there or not. So Taren Yates kicks across to Abbey Viers, on up to Whytnie Miller. Good move there to get the ball up court. She'll stop. Sets the Hostrawser to Taren Yates. Miller on over to Yates. They trail by 2. Miller stops, kicks over to Hostrawser in the corner. Tries to go down low to Abbey Viers, and she'll see some pressure on the way through, and she'll draw the foul. And that's going to be on Mackenzie Day. That'll be her first personal, team second, and that'll send junior Abbey Viers to the line for 2. Don't believe the other night she made a trip there. Nope. So for her first attempts of the season. Shots up. It tickles the twine for that first point. Student section trying to get in. Here's his second shot. Finds the bottom of the net for that one. Triton's all knotted back up at 4. Hatfield inbounds. Mooney's going to call direct traffic, and she'll bring the ball past the half-court line. Kicks up to Garriott. Hatfield not paying attention. Then the ball's turned over there on that transition there. Hostrawser to inbound. Up to Whytnie Miller. They're going to work it here. Got to get it past this full court press. Hostrawser's just going to try to dribble up. Miller now's got it. They got to get it across. And it's going to be, they're looking close at a 10-second violation. Whytnie Miller tries to get it, not in time. That Manchester pressure, that full court pressure, is really giving the Blue Switch plenty of headaches here in the early goings. When you get there and you get that half-court trap, it's real tough to get when you get in that corner. Makes things really hard to move that ball forward. Mooney will drive. Back to Day. She'll go baseline. Back. Hatfield will try another corner 3. Too strong. Rebound, Whytnie Miller. She stopped trying in that trap. Manchester's playing very well. Trying to get through there. A lot of contact on the ball. We're going to get a jump ball. It's going to belong to the Squires.
Not the Squirrels.
Now, did I say Squirrels?
No, you didn't.
Well, okay. So there's an inside joke there. As a kid who did not read very well, when I was a kid, I was like, well, who would call themselves the Squirrels as a kid? Okay, I'm talking like 2nd, 3rd grade when this guy's still trying to figure out how to read. I always thought it was the Squirrels when I used to come to my cousin's games. My dad finally corrected me that it was Squires. So it got corrected at some point. And that'll be a travel there from Shambarger. And that'll be a turnover there. She checks and sees her first minutes. Kinsey Atkins works over to Lexia Hostrawser. She'll work up, tries to go across, and she'll get throws to Josh Troyer. And Triton turns the ball over there, trying to get the ball past that half-court line. Checking in now will be Morgan Parrett. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout for Triton, be a full timeout. So a tidbit of information I have from a very good friend and my source from up and around Grace College told me that one of the assistants
For Manchester,
Mo Smedley, was Zach Randolph, NBA basketball players, head coach down at Marion when he was in high school. And Zach Randolph played like 15 years in the NBA. So there's some experience down there for Josh Troyer.
Wow.
Of course, a former Trojan used to be the head coach. He's now gone, leaving the way for Troyer, who was an assistant under him, under Mr. Everett there. So Josh Troyer's group, it's been a pretty close battle. Both teams, like we said, if you read the articles, talked about how they're going to be running their offense is going to be quite a bit trying to score in transition, trying to get points there, and Triton just don't really have that outside shooter. You see a lot of people, they've got a couple of options that might start figuring out, get confidence in their shot. Losing Jolie Groves was a big hit from the outside shot. So we'll see what head coach Adam Heckaman throws in here at Manchester. On the floor for them is going to be Parrett, Day, Hatfield. Out there with Shambarger and Mooney. Triton's lineup is unchanged out there. The starting five of Hostrawser, Viers, Whytnie Miller, Taren Yates, and Kinsey Atkins. Mooney with it now is going to work right. Yates stuck to her really good. We'll see if the zone defense can pull up another stop for Triton. Hatfield on over. Shambarger, quick hitter down to Day, and she'll work the baseline. They're going to say no shot. And she stepped on the line on the way through, so a turnover on Manchester. And Triton gets the ball back here. 3:11 remaining here in the opening period. So we'll see if Triton has an answer for this full court press. Whytnie Miller's just going to try to drive her way through it. Good job there by Whytnie Miller. Got a little shove from Day. No call. Back to Kinsey Atkins, and she saves it, keeps it alive. And they say she traveled all across the side. Kinsey Atkins, a very talented freshman. Pretty early season jitters. They'll get them worked out. Mooney now working towards, directing traffic. Nice job by Whytnie Miller to try to cut off the lane. Hatfield's covered on the baseline. Whytnie Miller slaps away, and then Hostrawser comes away with it. Back to Whytnie Miller, the senior Swiss Army knife's going to try to get past the half-court line and does. Taren Yates now slows it down, tries to set up the offense. Miller tries to go through, but it's going to go off the foot of Mooney. There's a break for Triton as Garriott's going to check back in, and Mooney will get a break. So Whytnie Miller to inbound the ball. Triton breaks. Up to Taren Yates. Here we go. 2:35 remaining in the opening period. Kinsey Atkins will try a three. Back iron's a little too strong. Taren Yates now, she's going to try to drive, and they're going to say there was a foul before the shot on the way through there, and that's going to be on Shambarger. Taren Yates with a heads up. Good job by her and Abbey Viers in that shot, but that was a good looking shot for Kinsey Atkins. High pass to Whytnie Miller. She corrals it. Atkins fakes. Two-three defense, really tight defense being played by the Squires. Yates with the pull-up jumper, too strong, side iron. And Kinsey Atkins is going to fight in there. I love her toughness and grit to go in there try to keep the jump ball. Triton will hang on to it. Whytnie Miller inbounds on over to Taren Yates. She'll work right. Kicks it in the corner of Miller. She'll try a corner three. It's in and out. Rebound. And Manchester comes away with it. Hatfield on the fast break. Kicks over to Garriott. She'll drive. Kicks up on a shot there by Parrett. And there'll be a foul there on Triton. Now it looks like it's going to be on Taren Yates. That'll be her second personal, team second of the game. Jess Soriano will be checking after this first free throw. By Morgan Parrett, junior to the line. We'll see Manchester's first free throw attempts of the ball game. First one's up, it's in. Jessica Soriano, very good ball handler. Very quick. Parrott shots up, rattles in. They'll go up now by 2, full court press on. We'll see what the addition of Soriano can really help that ball handling in this full court press. Whytnie Miller's been the one driving it past. Soriano gets it past the half court line. She loses there for a minute, regains control. Then she's got 2 Squires on her, and she tries to fall through. Split the defender's not there. She gets a piece of it, but Hatfield's got it now for the Squires as she'll thought about pulling it for the 3, pulls it back down. Whytnie Miller's trying to poke it away, not there. Garriott's got it, minute and a half remaining in the opening period. Garriott on over. Shambarger's going to try to work it in. Hatfield in the corner for 3. 2, not high enough. Off the mark. Miller, quick hitter on over to Kinsey Atkins. Got to get past the half court line, and she will. Kicks it to Jessica Soriano. Whytnie Miller will try a 3 from straight away, not there. Hatfield's got it. She's going to work here on the fast break. Slows it down. Hands it off to Garriott. Final minute here of the opening period. Shambarger kicks it back on over. Quick hitter down to Parrott. She'll kick it out. Whytnie Miller got a hand on it. Hatfield saves it. Garriott goes to the lane. Goes defense by Triton. Whytnie Miller will get bumped on the way through. She'll get shoved out of bounds. That'll be a foul on Manchester. Be their 4th team foul. That's going to be on Morgan Parrott. That'll be her first personal, team's 4th. 43.4 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Whytnie Miller goes to Kinsey Atkins, back to Whytnie Miller. She's going to try to drive to attack this Manchester deep. Atkins tries to go sideline to sideline, kicks it up forward, and Shambarger's going to use a little too much body and shove Kinsey Atkins aside. That'll be her 2nd personal, team's 5th. As Mooney will check in for her. So trying to inbound. Manchester relaxing back in that 2-3 zone. Soriano with it. Works on over to Hostrawser. Down to Whytnie Miller in the corner. Trying to find a way to penetrate this 2-3 zone. And there will be a travel. Hostrawser wanted to go. Hostrawser arguing that she didn't leave the ground. Hostrawser very frustrated with that one. Don't blame her there. It didn't look like she left the ground. Now they'll call it a turnover. Inside 20 seconds remaining now. And Whytnie Miller just reaches in and takes it away. She's on the fast break now. They're going to double her up. She's trying to dribble out of trouble and does. Escapes for the moment. Quick hitter, Jessica Soriano. She'll try a deep 2. It's in. Jessica Soriano, the senior on the board at the buzzer, and Triton's knotted up at 6 to end the opening period. Jessica Soriano with those points there. So a few different scores. Hostrawser, Abbey Viers, and you saw it there, Jessica Soriano with the buzzer beater as Triton knots things back up at 6. Did you know TTSN is a volunteer program managed by the Triton Athletic Department? Started in 2012 as an outreach for fans, the Triton Trojan Sports Network has strived to connect with those unable to attend events because of health issues or distance. It's our belief that doing so increases the likelihood of fans attending events when they're able. Keeping Triton fans across the globe informed of Trojan achievements on and off the playing field will continue to be our #1 goal. So Orion got to work some of the bugs out the other night.
Had a few more to work out tonight, but
well, we'll get there. I mean, we only had, a week break?
Yeah.
Here we thought we had a couple weeks, and then you text me and like, well, we got 2 games this week, and honestly, I wasn't quite prepared for that.
Well, Trent texted me Wednesday, and he's like, "There's a girls' game tonight." I was like, "Yeah."
I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe I'll get a little bit of a break here. Got a week. We got a bye week. It's okay. So it's hard to believe girls basketball's underway. Football's still working now. They got sectional championships around the area. We're on Penn up there tonight, my alma mater. Might try to keep tabs on that one. So here we go, Mooney, Garriott. I believe that's Hatfield out there with Meyer and Garriott and Parrott. It's going to go off Hostrawser. Out there for Triton, we're going to have Whytnie Miller, Kinsey Atkins, Jaelyn Bules, Lexia Hostrawser, and Jessica Soriano rounding out the 5 for the Blue Swish. Hatfield, Miller got a piece of it there. Garriott stumbles. They're trying to work their offense. Triton with this 2-3 zone defensive game thus far. Meyer tries to go through the traffic. And they're going to call the foul on Manchester, and that's going to be on Meyer. They're going to say she grabbed her after Kinsey Atkins comes in and snatches it away. So, Meyer's first, the team's 6th. On over, and here comes Garriott. Saw her going to Atkins on that one. A lot of speed here on this Manchester squad. Whytnie Miller to inbound. Trying to find a place to go. Finds Kinsey Atkins. Goes to Whytnie Miller. She'll try to take it up the sideline. Garriott goes there. Not quite. Didn't get any. She kind of fell away there. Not decent job acting, but no contact to knock her down. Soriano on over to Atkins. Whytnie Miller now. So working around the perimeter, trying to open up something in the baseline. The 2-3 zone really shutting off the lid for Triton. Kinsey Atkins tries to throw across, but Mooney gets a piece of it. Another turnover for Triton as Garriott brings it past the half-court line. Emma Hepler will be checking and seeing her first action here. Meyer now tries to go in the paint, but Parrett's got it, and they're going to say a blocking foul on Hostrawser. Tried to draw a charge there, couldn't quite get her feet set. And that's going to send Parrett to the line for 2 more. It's Triton's 3rd team foul. Parrett gets the first shot to drop. On her first trip, she was perfect. Still perfect thus far. Checking in now, seeing her first action is Keilan Creager, the sophomore. And, of course, Emma Hepler will come in for the Blue Swish. Josh Troyer having a conversation. The official trying to straighten everything out. Sorting out a little confusion here. So trying to figure out what's going on here. I always want to be a fly on the wall when officials are talking. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no walls down there, but you could be a fly in the air, I guess.
Or fly on the shoulder. You know, you could land over there. Maybe we just need a little drone to fly over there so we can pick up the conversation. In high school, we used to have a joke. We'd make up where they're going to go out to eat after dinner or different things like that. There were several different conversations we made up. We had nothing else, so that was before broadcasting days. That was before I had anything to do. Oh, boy. So, of course, next week, opening home game, we'll have Argus on Tuesday night. So they finally are getting things switched out. So
didn't look like they changed their mind on anything.
I didn't see any changes. So Jaelyn Bules is still out there, so everybody's kind of, I don't know, having trouble with the substitutions, I guess. So Parrett drops that one, and Day will check in for her. Tech check in for her. That's what I thought. Emma Hepler now, the junior, to inbound. Hepler on over to Whytnie Miller, back to Emma Hepler. Emma Hepler is trying to work it up past the half-court line. She stops, kicks to Whytnie Miller. Whytnie Miller gets across the half-court line, trapped down in the corner, needs help. Tries to go, finds Hostrawser, goes through her hands, threw it away on that one. Garriott with it now, comes up past the half-court line. Soriano comes out to meet her, trying with that zone defense, see if they can stop him on another one. Creager pulls down, sends it on over to Mooney. Mooney loses track of Emma Hepler, comes down to track it down in a hurry. Good job by Emma Hepler to go up there and play some pretty tight defense. Mooney now gets the lane shut off. Creager now with the up fake. She'll go baseline. Shots up, and gets an unfriendly bounce as Meyer puts it back up and in. Makenzy Meyer's on the board again. 4-point lead now for the Squires. Miller now to Emma Hepler. To Miller. Got to get it across. And another 10-second violation for the Blue Swiss. The full court press is really giving Triton fits here in this first half. Triton now trailing by 4. Turns it back over, and that full court press by Josh Troyer's crew is really giving them all they can handle. Meyer kicks it to Mooney. On to Garriott, back to Meyer. She'll drive. Blocked by Hostrawser. Lexia Hostrawser sends it back, keeps it for herself. Whytnie Miller now works. Lexia Hostrawser past the half-court line to Emma Hepler. Soriano now. They're trying to work it around that perimeter, see if they can find a hole in this zone. Orion on that left wing, on top to Hepler. Soriano cross court to Hepler, or to Miller. She'll drive. Floater for her. It's in. Whytnie Miller finds the basket for the first time tonight. Triton draws within 2. Mooney now with the basketball. She'll work it on up to Garriott. Soriano read that one perfectly. 4:39 remaining here in the second quarter. Mooney, she'll work. Emma Hepler with some tight defense. Bules close quickly on Creager. And today she'll take one high off the glass, too strong. Hostrawser with the rebound, and she'll work through there. And they're going to say that Meyer grabbed her on the arm, and that'll go the other way. So 45, so that's on Meyer. It's her second personal, team 7th. And now they're in the 1-and-1 bonus, so Hostrawser will find her way to the line. Lexia Hostrawser did not make a trip to the foul line the other night, so we can see what she can do here on her first trip of the season. She'll shoot that one in and out. And they're going to say that Garriott carried the ball. Josh Troyer agreed with that one. Just looked away for a moment. And Triton's got the ball back. Abbey Viers checking in for Lexia Hostrawser out there with Emma Hepler, Whytnie Miller, Jaelyn Bules, and Jessica Soriano to inbound for Triton. Emma Hepler circling up top, receives the inbound. Creager closes on in a hurry. On over to Soriano, back to Whytnie Miller. Soriano tries to go down low. Looks like it went off Creager's foot. So it'll stay here with Triton. Soriano back to inbound again. Finds Abbey Viers, but it'll go off the hand of Creager, and Garriott just about loses it going out of bounds, but she'll regain control. Finds it past the half-court line. 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Miller got a piece of it. Garriott thought about the three, pulls it down. Whytnie Miller gets a piece of a good heads-up play by her to take that one out. Kinsey Atkins is going to check in for Whytnie Miller. She's going to come out. Came up a little gingerly there. Mackenzie Day with the deep 2 off the glass, not there. Abbey Viers tries to rebound, but Mackenzie Day gets her own rebound. Kinsey Atkins with it now, and she'll get knocked around there by Creager, and then that'll send her to the line. She was perfect the other night. And that's going to be turnover yet again on Creager. Be her first personal. Team's 8th, 2 away from the double bonus. So Kinsey Atkins perfect on the season, 9 for, I believe it was 9 for 9. Excuse me, 6 for 6 the other night, and she stays perfect on the season. She had 9 points. Kinsey Atkins with her second attempt. It finds the bottom of the net for that one. Triton only missing one free throw in the night. They only missed one the other night. Hatfield now past the half-court line. Creager onto Soriano, intercepts the pass. Triton with a 2-on-1 fast break. Goes to Atkins. Kinsey Atkins with the lay-in, tickles the twine. Kinsey Atkins with her first field goal of the ball game. Triton now back out in front. Kinsey Atkins tried to get there to tip it away, but she'll draw the foul in the reach. That's only the fourth team foul on Triton, as they're up now by 2. Blue switch leading the way here at Manchester. Garriott receives the inbound. She'll go past the half-court line. It's Creager, she'll go baseline. Kicks it across. Day now to drive. She'll drive that right-hand floater, not there. The ball's going to bounce off a few players off, and then finally ends up bouncing off of a Squire. And Triton regains the possession. So Emma Hepler now calling out the play, trying to keep everybody moving here. Kinsey Atkins trying to work through. There'll be a push out by Garriott. 1-1. So Kinsey Atkins back to the line for 1-1 opportunity. Foul's going to be on Garriott. Her second personal, team's 9th of the half. Mooney will check in for her. So she'll be out there with Hatfield. Also checking in back there was Ainsley West. Day and Creager rounding out the 5 for the Squires. First shot by Atkins. Rattles, bouncer, and takes a friendly bounce there as she stays perfect on the season. For Soriano, Hepler, Viers, Bules, and Kinsey Atkins at the line for the blue switch. And that one there's her first miss of the season, as Triton now leads by 3. Mooney now goes, kicks it on over. Hatfield's got on the right wing. She'll drive, pulls it back. Kicks it back to Hatfield. She'll try to find some space to work, tries to go down low, and Abbey Viers says, I don't think so, and knocks out of bounds. West was the intended player. You know how hard it is to transition from volleyball to football to volleyball and then to basketball. I keep wanting to say football terms. Sheesh. Creager now drives, pulls it back down, and she'll travel on the way through. Stuttered her feet just enough to call for them to warrant to call the traveling call. Kinsey Atkins now past the half-court line. 2:36 remaining here in the second quarter. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Ryan Lindler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. I said Kenny earlier. Unfortunately, he's not here. He's probably on tech support, I imagine.
Yeah, he has been.
So there, I gave him the right call out and didn't. I've been here as a broadcaster. I'm sure we'll get
I might need some Twitter technical support. I can't get my tweet to go out.
Uh-oh. Soriano now with it to Hepler. Working around, finds Viers the free throw line. Back to Kinsey Atkins. She'll drive, tries to go up off. Couldn't quite get up off the glass, but Bules gets the rebound. Soriano drives. Nice job by her with the stutter step. Backs out of trouble. Goes down to Hepler. Hepler now trying to work around. 2 minutes remaining. Trying to find a spot in. Emma Hepler. She can hit the 3 too. Don't count her out. And Bules, too hot of a pass from Atkins.
Well, they're in the third quarter at Warsaw, and the Tigers are leading 14-6 over the Kingsmen.
And that, if no one else knows, that would be Triton, or it's not Triton, Warsaw's first sectional championship. Boy, I'm trying to keep tabs on that one for me. It's in the third quarter already?
Yeah, that's what this says. Lewis Cass is up 16-7 on LaVille.
Seriously. Wonder how early that started. We'll take it, though. Checking in now for the Squires will be Stout, number 23. As Garriott gets it, or Parrett gets it down low, and she'll go underneath the defense and puts the Squires down by 1. Atkins now to Hepler, on over to Soriano. Emma Hepler for a 3-ball. Not there, just right idea, just off the mark a little bit. And Parrott will take it away, tries to go up to Stout. Emma Hepler shuts that lane off. Good job by her with the heads-up play to knock down a way to stop the fast break. They try to go down a little into Parrett, and now she'll get there. They'll go jump up. Troyer tried to get the timeout in time. Troyer tried to get a timeout in time. Saw trouble, tried to fix that. Miller and Hostrawser will check in. Trying to figure out what Coach Don Bell down there, trying to figure out where Coach wants to come out of the ball game. Bules will come out, and Emma Hepler will take a seat. Emma Hepler had a pretty good play there defensively to shut off the fast break. Good job by her. Good heads up defensively for her as the freshman Kinsey Atkins comes up past the half-court line. Works up over to Whytnie Miller. Miller works back to center court. She tries to spin out of trouble. Got to get rid of it. Finds Soriano. 45 seconds now remaining in the second quarter. Kinsey Atkins pulls it down to Hostrawser. She'll go baseline. Tries to go up off the glass. Not there. Blocked by the Squires. And Abbey Viers comes away with it, and we're going to get a foul on Manchester, and that's going to be in the double bonus now for Triton. That's going to be on Mackenzie Day. That's going to be her second personal and team's 10th. Triton now in the double bonus the rest for the final 37 seconds of this half. Oh, I guess Lexia Hostrawser will go to the line here. First shot's up, it's in. Hostrawser gets her first attempt to drop. Ainsley West checking in for Day. She'll take a seat. Hostrawser's second shot. Nice rotation on the ball there, and that one drops for another one. Triton now up by 3, 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Triton use that 2-3 zone. High pass to Hatfield. She pulls it down back to Mooney. Stout with it now. West real close to that half-court line. Trying to hold for that final shot. Soriano come out to pressure. Miller got a piece of that one. Going to be a timeout for Coach Troy. Took a 30-second timeout. As they take a 30-second timeout, the Triton Lady Trojans would like to invite all active and retired military veterans and their families to Military Appreciation Night for their home opener on November 12th against Argus. To honor current and former military members of the Trojans will offer free tickets to all active and retired military veterans. Before the game, the Trojans will be recognizing those who have served our country. Appreciate their service, and a good night. It'll be a real nice night to be able to recognize all of them for their service for our country.
Got a few shout outs here. Tracy Bell's watching her niece's play. I'm not sure where she's watching from, but she says, "Thank you for broadcasting. Makes it easier not being able to be here."
Hey, we appreciate though. I mean, that's one thing. That's the reason why we do this. It's like we said, it's purely a volunteer-based program, and that's why we do it, so that everybody at home is able to get to watch it. Appreciate the viewers tonight. Appreciate the comments as well.
Orange Rabbit's a lot watching tonight too.
Orange Rabbit's watching too. Okay. And they're going to say a moving screen on West. Triton will get the ball back now. The Manchester faithful didn't like that one. Ainsley West now. That's her first personal. Defensive foul, no free throws. 4.3, you're going to have to be in a hurry. Hostrawser Soriano, got to get moving. On up to Kinsey Atkins. She'll fire at the buzzer and just off the mark. And that's going to bring us to halftime. 15-12 is our score. Blue Swish out in front. We'll have stats here once Tim prints them off. He's working on it. So as Tim prints off stat, the verbal support for our live broadcast and videos by the Triton community and our neighboring opponents has been tremendous. Each broadcast, our volunteer team strives to bring a quality show without long commercial or technical interruptions. With the winter sports season now getting underway, we'd like our viewers to know the ways they can support our broadcast and what it goes towards. While our team receives no monetary compensation for the countless hours of preparation and travel, for countless travel, It does take expensive equipment to bring each game in spotlight, from live games to non-sporting events and even going behind the X's and O's. The equipment used requires subscription fees, occasional upgrades, and replacement. Regular season sponsorship and donations go towards equipment, upkeep, and expansion. Postseason support goes directly to the IHS. My goodness, one of these days I will get to say that in one breath. In the form of broadcast right fees, if you believe in our mission and want it to continue, please consider making a contribution to the Triton Athletic Department earmarked for Triton Broadcasting. Your continued support is very much appreciated. First, we'll go with some of the stats here. As we said, 15-12. It's been kind of an even match there. Triton pulled out in front with a 9-point second quarter. For the hosting Manchester Squires, Morgan Parrett leading the way with 6 points. All of her points, 4 of her points coming from the free throw line. She's perfect on the night. From there, the only person to find the free throw line for the Squires, Emma Garriott added 2 points, and Makenzy Meyer with 4 of her own. They're currently getting out-rebounded by Triton with 16-7. Triton definitely is out-rebounding the Lady Squires, so we get things kind of figured out here. So for Triton, leading scorers of the half, Kinsey Atkins with 5 points, 4 points for Lexia Hostrawser, 2 for Abbey Viers, 2 for Jaelyn Bules, Whytnie Miller with 2 points, and Jessica Soriano with 2 points. Had to look at the right column. So Triton forcing 4 steals there, but both teams kind of look at the turnover margin. Triton's turned the ball over 15 times. That full court press is really giving them fits. So we got about 8 minutes and 23 seconds. We're going to take a quick break here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a few moments. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hare alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Limler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. And as I usually do after halftime, since she fell asleep and woke back up, Danny, here's your shout-out, kiddo. Now you can go to sleep. You know, she tries. She tries to wait for her shout-out. If she don't get her shout-out, by golly, she'll let me know about it. So she's listening home. Appreciate that and all what she gets to do. And she had a pretty good report from the doctor this week. Doing really good. Had her first school program today. And shocker there, she was probably the most animated one in the front row. So shocker there for her. So congrats on her first program today. She made it through. So
music program or what we
music?
talking?
Yeah, it was Veterans Day program they had today at
Oh.
Jefferson Elementary. So Danny got to do her first school program, and anything singing that involves music, Danny's all about it. So she doesn't want to be a broadcaster anymore. She wants to be a chef. So I told her, I said, you could have one of those broadcast. You could broadcast your own cooking show, but she seems to think that I don't think I want to do that real bad. A couple other shout-outs we have here is for Brian Limler. Appreciate him watching. And also going to give a shout-out to Bruce Johnson on the boys' basketball team. Had an unfortunate event happen. We'll give him a shout-out. Hope he's okay and gets well soon. Mooney out there with Garriott, Hatfield, Day, and Meyer, the starting five. Miller, Atkins, Yates, Hostrawser, and Miller or Viers out there for the Trojans. There's a fight for the basketball, and Kinsey Atkins fighting for it. And it's going to stay here with Manchester. A fight for the basketball. Triton leading here in the early goings of the third quarter. 15-12 is our score. Mooney kicks it on over to Hatfield in the corner. Back to Garriott. They're going to work it around here. Mooney now up top. She's got quite a few fouls on the night. Goes down low, finds a little seam there for Meyer. She'll kick it out to Garriott, back to Hatfield. She's taking a few three-point attempts from the outside. Meyer now drives, and here comes Kinsey Atkins to force the jump ball. Good job there by the freshman.
You know, she reminds me a lot of Delaney Groves.
Yes, she does.
She fights for the ball and forces jump balls. And
yeah, that's one thing Delaney always got in there and did that. And Kinsey Atkins, I mean, I really like the heads-up play and the aggressiveness there. That's really good by her. Wasn't looking for the basketball, Day was, and she tips it out of bounds. Very talented freshman. Looking forward to see what she can do in her high school career. Gets to Hostrawser just out from the outstretched hand of Hatfield. Hostrawser trying to get it back away. Kinsey Atkins now works. Finds Whytnie Miller up top the key. On to Taren Yates. They're going to work it around. Yates left early with those two fouls in the first quarter. Miller goes down low to Hostrawser. She'll try to find a way in the paint. She'll go up strong there. Not a little too strong on the shot. Hits the back iron. Hatfield now brings it past the half-court line. Wanted to go down there. Triton on the corner here, but Triton closed it off in a hurry. Mooney will go. Hatfield try a corner three. Side iron, not strong enough up the top of the backboard. And the ball is going to go over the backboard, they say, and Triton gets the ball back. Taren Yates to inbound. Manchester trying to pull him back from that press from they were playing in that first half was very stifling. And Triton couldn't quite find an answer, but they're going to try the half-court trap. Miller now gets the ball past Garriott, pulls it back. Looking for somebody to go to, finds Kinsey Atkins. On over Taren Yates. Goes down to Abbey Viers. Abbey Viers kicks out to Miller. She'll try the up fake. She'll drive. Jumper for her. Side iron, no good. Rebound. Hostrawser and Parrett and Mooney are fighting for it. Jump ball belongs to the Squires. Parrett's going to check in now. She'll check in for Meyer. So Triton will settle back into that zone defense. Of course, we said earlier the JV won tonight, pulled away there in the second half, winning 41-24. Madeline Doll led all scorers, and we're going to get a rough foul there from Parrett.
I got an update where Tracy Bell is.
Where is she?
She's watching from the NICU at Memorial Hospital.
Oh, no.
And she says, shout out to Abby. It's her 17th birthday.
Today's Abby's birthday. Well, happy birthday to Abby. Wow. It's Abby's birthday. Well, there you go. Kinsey Atkins gets it now. She's going to drive, stops, picks it up, back on over to Taren Yates. Kicks over to Whytnie Miller. Kinsey Atkins will try a three. Straight, nice looking shot, but not quite on the mark. Whytnie Miller gets the rebound. She's going to have to fight for it. Gets it out to Taren Yates. Yates will go off the foot of Mooney, but Yates will keep it in play. Back to Whytnie Miller, but here comes Hatfield. She intercepts. She's got a little bit of space on the fast break. Goes up strong. Taren Yates with the foul. It's going to be her third personal. Team's first of the half. Yates not happy about that foul, trying to work it past her. That Manchester very shifty. Yates, very talented sophomore. So Hatfield makes her first attempt from the line. That's her first points of the night. As they draw within 2, she'll get her second chance at the free throw line.
You know, I just looked behind me, and we traveled pretty well tonight.
Yeah, we did. There's quite a few blue and gold and quite a few family members and classmates here tonight. Appreciate them showing up. Taren Yates now gets a quick left pass half court line. She's going to try to take it coast to coast. Nice pass to Hostrawser and can't get the friendly roll. Rebound Kinsey Atkins. Atkins onto Whytnie Miller. She'll try the up fake, pulls it down. She'll work her back away. That was a great pass by Taren Yates. Kinsey Atkins back to Whytnie Miller. Looks like her headband's kind of starting to fall down on her face there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yates down to Hostrawser. She'll try to go off the glass. Banks it in. Lexia Hostrawser banks open there for her. Triton's now back up by 3. Hatfield the up fake, but she's going to take off. Had the right idea, but she kind of shuffles those feet before she takes off with the basketball. And Shambarger's going to check in for her. Or she check in for Garriott. So Manchester, that's what I thought. I thought she was coming in for Hatfield. Yates now at the basketball to inbound, finds Whytnie Miller. On over Kinsey Atkins. And Mooney tries to come across to Abbey Viers, and they're going to get a jump ball call. Triton gets the ball back. Adam Heckaman didn't like that call. Wanted a little more foul with a little bit of physicality there on that play. Trying to plead his case there with the official. Kinsey Atkins gets it past the half-court line and has to thread the needle, but she'll get forced out of bounds by Shambarger. That'll be another foul on her. Forced her to kind of walk that tight rope there on the sideline. That'll be her third personal, team's second of the half. They found their way to the double bonus in that first half. Quickly here, got 2 fouls. Good job by Taren Yates with that double team. That's a real good move to throw it off of one of the defenders if you have no way to get the ball out to a teammate. Good job there by Taren Yates. Kinsey Atkins will work back, see if she can give herself a little bit of space as Manchester lets her pass the half-court line. Garriott tries to go, and she'll throw. She'll grab a hold and pulls Kinsey Atkins, and she'll go hard to the floor. Wow. Garriott with a hard foul there. Luckily, Kinsey was all smiles on that one. More, I don't think I'd be hopping up with smiles on that one. Boy. So here we go. Whytnie Miller now back to Kinsey Atkins. At the halfway mark here, the third quarter. I'm Andy O'Hare alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Miller for the Triton Trojans Sports Network. As we're here, the Blue Swish taking on the Manchester Squires. And it'll be a jump in there and takes away, and then they're going to say Abbey Viers got in there on the reach.
Watching these football scores, there's still 3:34 left at Lewis Cass, and the Lewis Cass leads LaVille 40-14.
Ooh. Of course, Lewis Cass ended Pioneer, defending 1A state champions, run back to Indianapolis a couple weeks ago. Hostrawser knocks it out of bounds. Of course, Culver trailing Judson 8-0 at the half. Our former sectional that we were in.
He's not watching right now, but I'll give a shout out to Chris Lacker because he'll be watching this later. He's at that Lewis Cass LaVille game.
Hey. And they're going to say a 3-ball there by Mooney, and we're all knotted up at 17. That's their first 3-ball to drop tonight. Yates finds a way past, gets it to Kinsey Atkins. Good move there by Taren Yates. On over Whytnie Miller. Miller steps into a deep 2, gets off the side iron. Abbey Viers with a putback up off the glass. She reopens the bank there. Triton back up by 2. Good job by Abbey Viers there. Birthday girl finds the bank open on that one. And they're going to say Shambarger's shot will get the and one opportunity. And that foul's going to be on Abbey Viers. Oh, excuse me. So Jessica Soriano's going to come in for Taren Yates. Shambarger now for the end one opportunity as we're all knotted up here at 19. 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Shots up. It's in. So Shambarger repeats the 3-point play. And there will be a timeout here. Yeah, 30-second timeout, I believe it's for Manchester. So they'll take a timeout. So as they take a timeout, the Triton Lady Trojans would like to invite all active and retired military veterans and their families to Military Appreciation Night for their home opener November 12th against Argus. To honor current and former military members, the Trojans will offer free tickets to all active and retired military veterans. Before the game, the Trojans will be recognizing those who have served our country. It'll be a great night for that. So as both teams break the huddle here, we'll see what the Blue Swish have in store for us after following that Manchester timeout. Manchester leading here at home by 1. First lead they've had in a while. Soriano inbound, goes to Whytnie Miller. Whytnie Miller wants to go back there, goes cross court over to Atkins. Triton's got to find a way past the half court. Soriano up to Kinsey Atkins. She's got a free lane at the basket. Tries to go underneath there, but it'll go off of a Squire. Trying to go into Hostrawser. Right idea. Manchester defenders got in the way.
They're liking to hike up their shorts on one side, I see.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if that a volleyball thing.
I don't know.
They've been playing volleyball. That's what I'm kind of wondering. But and Viers and Parrett will get tied up, but the ball will go out of bounds, and Manchester regains possession. I wondered that during the JV game myself. I mean,
they're not all doing it, but
looks like all of the ones that played volleyball are doing it. Hatfield gets the rebound there. Mooney back to Hatfield. Kinsey Atkins comes away and tries to steal it away. Good job, Kinsey Atkins, forcing the jump ball. I'll tell you what, she does remind me a lot of Delaney. I like that. I like that comparison, Ryan. Hostrawser comes out. Bules now coming in. Out there with Soriano, Atkins, Abbey Viers, the birthday girl, with Whytnie Miller. Rounding out the 5, Mooney, Parrett, Hatfield, West, and Shambarger. Whytnie Miller, free lane to the basket. She'll find the bank open, and Triton regains the lead. Nice job there by Whytnie Miller.
Oh, and I got a scoreboard problem. I got to fix.
Uh-oh. The lefty's 3 off the corner, no good for Shambarger. Here comes Kinsey Atkins looking for Whytnie Miller, but couldn't quite get the outlet pass over there, or the inlet pass there. Goes down in. Bules picks her dribble up, back to Miller. She takes the up fake, goes baseline, back to Bules, off the glass. Bank is reopened here tonight for the Blue Swish. They now go up by 3. Mooney, she'll go through. Good job by Atkins to use that body to knock that ball away. Miller now at the basketball on the fast break. She'll go up off the glass again. Banks reopened. Banks open after hours for the Blue Swish. They now are up by 5, largest lead of the ball game. Blue Swish coming alive here in the third quarter.
I get down here and the scoreboard fixes itself.
Well, that's how that works, don't you know? And then Whytnie Miller intercepts another pass. Fast break. Miller trying to slow her body down on the way through. Back on top. Soriano tries to go down to Viers. Had an open shot, didn't take it. Whytnie Miller has been active here in the last couple plays. The Swiss Army knife. And they'll get a break here, and the ball will go out, and it'll stay here with Manchester. That's how technology works. Didn't you know that?
Of course, when I'm trying to get down here, I miss all the scoring.
It's okay.
All the action.
So Whytnie Miller, she'll come out. Nice job by her in the last couple plays. Here we go now. Mooney to inbound. Goes to Parrett, up off the glass, no good. Banks close there for her. Abbey Viers has it now. Soriano with it. Soriano comes up. Goes to Emma Hepler, who just checked in. Inside the final minute remaining here in the third period. Hepler now. Back to Soriano. She'll go back to Hepler, trying to work around, trying to get Abbey Viers freed up. She'll take a nice mid-range jumper, not there, off the side iron. And here comes Kinsey Atkins again to Bules. Atkins gets it blocked by Manchester. Wow. Kinsey Atkins active on the defensive side just as well. Gets in there trying to force a turnover. She will inbound. Up to Emma Hepler, 40 seconds remaining. Atkins, corner three's up. No, not quite a friendly roll. She'll get her own rebound. Back to Jessica Soriano. She loses it for a minute. Tries to get alive. That double team's got her now. She tries to work her way out of trouble. Finds Abbey Viers. Back to Atkins. Straightaway three for her. And off the front iron. Goes up off of a Manchester player. Will stay here with Triton. Kinsey Atkins getting some really good looks. Just needs one of those to lift off the lid. Can't be frustrated. Just keep shooting. Day will check in. Shambarger will come out. Jessica Soriano, the senior, getting ready to inbound. Trying to thread the needle. Goes to Abbey Viers, but the floater not there. Can't get it to drop. Garriott's got it now. Inside 20 seconds. Fast break for her. She'll pull it down. Emma Hepler starts shutting her off on the fast break. Atkins now has it as Wise will try to go through there strong. Finds Parrett up and in. Clock's running, 4 seconds. Tries to inbounds, goes to Atkins, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Triton leading the way 25-22 here at the end of the third quarter. So Triton really coming alive there in that period with a 5-point lead, the largest lead of the night for them. So we'll see what they have in store. Like we said earlier, the JV won 41-24. Madeline Doll scored 14 at that point. This is unofficial scoring because my math might be wrong on a couple of them. But Borsa had 2 points. Jolie Groves, that's one there. I'll tell you right now, she had a great game defensively. She was very active with those hands. A lot of steals for her. She really kind of took the game over there at a couple different points. Also scoring in that was Taren Yates. She had 2 points. Delaney Miller had 4. 7 points went for Jaelyn Bules. 2 points for Morgan Feldman. She had a pretty decent game defensively. And Madeline Doll, as we said, with 14 points, and Abbey Viers added 2. But I'll tell you right now, like I said, Taren Yates had 3 steals in that game, and Delaney Miller had a pretty nice block. Madeline Doll had some steals. She looked very strong. So JV playing strong here on their second game of the season, winning. They're 1-1 now. As we'll get this fourth quarter underway, I'm Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Limler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, as our Blue Switch is leading the way 25-22 at the start of the fourth quarter. So out there for Triton, Taren Yates, Jessica Soriano, Whytnie Miller, Lexia Hostrawser, and Jaelyn Bules. Day, Parrett, Creager, Garriott, and West out there as Garriott takes it away, tries to go up to Creager. She'll try to pull it down, then she'll travel, she'll drag that foot. Real close there. She had the right idea, but that right foot kind of hopped just a little bit, causing the travel. Triton gets it right back. Whytnie Miller gets it now. And then Manchester now is going to go back to that full court press. They got to get it past the half court line. Taren Yates decides to put her head down and go. Gives it to Whytnie Miller. Nice job there by those two to get the ball past the half court line. Soriano with it now. Working the ball around. Tries to go back to Whytnie Miller. High pass. They'll go off her hands. Creager was kind of in the way there in the paint. Trying to go to the senior Whytnie Miller on that one. Garriott has it now. On to West. Taren Yates trying to knock it away. West will lose it on the way through the traffic. Ball's going to be free, and Whytnie Miller takes it away. On up to Taren Yates, but Garriott comes in and sends it back. On over, Parrett goes, and Hostrawser trying to fight, but Hostrawser a little too strong on the foul there. That'll be Lexia Hostrawser's second personal foul, team's fourth. Only 3 team fouls for the Squires. They'll inbound. Trying to shut off that lane. Gets it to Parrett. Hostrawser trying to fight. Taren Yates now fighting there for the jump ball. And Manchester will hang on to it. So West back to inbound. Triton shutting off that lane. Goes up high today to Garriott. She'll try a 3 off the right wing. She'll miss, but she'll get her a rebound off the glass. Trying to get away from Whytnie Miller behind the back, showing off some ball handling skills there. Down to Parrett now. Yates tries to fight, but she'll step out, I believe, and he'll stay here with the Squires. Coach Adam Heckaman looking on. As his Trojans lead by 3 for the moment. As Garriott will try a 3 to knot it up, and back iron no good. Rebound today, she'll with the putback, not their front iron. And she'll fight, and it'll go off of her finally. Trying to get a shot in there. And Taren Yates now to inbound. So here we go. They're trying to get the looks that they want on the play, but Triton with that good defense really kind of stopped them now. Miller back to Yates. She'll try to get it past the half-court line. Goes to Soriano. Throws a little too far in front, and Soriano can't get it. A little frustration on the part of the Trojans. Adam Heckaman is talking to everybody to switch it around. Kind of get things fixed, trying to adjust things from the sideline. Whytnie Miller encouraging her teammates. That senior leadership out there on the floor has been huge tonight for the Blue Swish. Parrett now with it. Tries to go under to Garriott, leads her out to the ball. Back to Parrett at the foul line. She'll drop down baseline to Creager. Creager will try to kick it out and does to West. It'll go off of her. She'll lose it. Taren Yates on the fast break. She's going to take a one-on-one against Garriott. She'll go up strong. Banks open. Taren Yates finds her first points. Triton now goes back up by 5. 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Garriott now past the half-court line. Kicks it on over. Creager for a corner 3. On and out. Rattles out. West with the rebound. Kind of goes off of a couple Trojans on the way out. Creager now goes baseline. She'll go up strong with that right hand, and she'll get fouled by Bules on the way up. That'll be Jaelyn's first foul of the game, and it'll be the 5th team foul of the half.
Got an end of the third score for football. Warsaw is up 28-18 on Penn after 3.
All right, come on, guys. We're almost there. Sorry. Pretty big. Meyer's in now as Creager gets ready to attempt her second attempt on that one. And that one drops. She goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Now Triton's only up by 4. Creager will come out. Hatfield comes back in. They're out there with West, Garriott, Day, and Meyer. Miller, Atkins, who just checked in, Yates, Bules, and Hostrawser. Kinsey Atkins shows off some speed and ability there to get through. And there's going to be some pushing on the way through, and they're going to say it's on Manchester, I believe. And it's going to be on Garriott.
Trying to figure out if this is supposed to be the Joker or the Clown over here on this sidelines over by the jungle there.
I believe it's the Joker.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's the Joker. Hostrawser puts back in and out, not quite, and Kinsey Atkins can't put on the rebound. Shambarger tries to go with the floater and gets that left-hand ball to drop. Shambarger gets that one to drop. And too strong of a pass. West takes it away. They trail by 2, and then Atkins are going to say she reached. And she'll draw the foul. That'll be the 6th team foul on Triton. That'll be Kinsey Atkins' second personal foul. So Triton takes a full timeout. Did you know TTSN is a volunteer program managed by the Triton Athletic Department? Started in 2012 as an outreach for fans, the Triton Trojan Sports Network has strived to connect with those unable to attend events because of health issues or distance. It's our belief that doing so increases the likelihood of fans attending events when they're able. Keeping Triton fans across the globe informed of Trojan achievements on and off the playing field and court will continue to be our #1 goal. Of course, we had a few watching away from tonight. Appreciate everybody's watching that's out there.
I think we're been right around 50 viewers, 65 right now.
Hey, appreciate everybody watching. Of course, we found out that both Trojan faithful and opponent alike watch. Even some opponents will even watch the ball game. So appreciate everybody watching and your support of the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Looks like the coach's wife is watching tonight, Amanda. She says, "Go Triton, Swiss Army knife, love it. Happy birthday, Abby."
I told Whytnie last year that's going to stick. I like the Swiss Army. I tell you, good. I think it's going to stick. Well, I'm glad some people like my nicknames. Good. All right, so lineup unchanged now for the Blue Swish. Both teams not changing anything up. West to inbound. Drops it down. Good job by Whytnie Miller to knock that one away. Kinsey Atkins 2-on-2 fast break with Taren Yates. She'll stop, pulls it back. Kicks it over to Whytnie Miller. She'll drive. Foul line jumpers up and just rolls away. Not quite. Right idea, though. Triton up by 2. Inside 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. West down the right wing into the corner to Shambarger. She'll try a contested 3. Short, not there. Rebound, Jaelyn Bules. Kinsey Atkins. Here comes the pressure. Whytnie Miller with it now. Kind of fall back there. They're going to fall back into their zone defense. On over Taren Yates. She's going to try a 3. Looks good. In and out. Right idea. Hostrawser the putback. Banks open. Lexia Hostrawser back on the board. Triton up now 4. Hatfield on over to Shambarger. Hatfield trying to work. Now to West. Meyer in and out of the hands, bobbles it, knocked away by Kinsey Atkins, the freshman in active hands there. 3-on-3 fast break, goes to Taren Yates, back to Atkins. She'll try a mid-range jumper, not side iron, no good. Hatfield now. Kinsey Atkins trying to work here. Coach Troyer didn't like that one. Coach Troyer trying to plead his case there. Abbey Viers, the birthday girl, will check in for Bules, as will Parrett for the Squires. Meyer will take a seat. Sophomore Taren Yates will inbound the ball. Had a good look from 3 on that one. Keep firing. Those will drop. Kinsey Atkins back on over to Taren Yates. Working around the perimeter. Tries to go to Hostrawser, but Shambarger gets a piece of it. West now has to slow down from the fast break. Ran into trouble. On over to Hatfield. She's going to come up past the left wing. She'll go knocked away by Whytnie Miller. Out. Shambarger. She'll try another 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Whytnie Miller, the Swiss Army knife on that one. She's on the fast break. Don't quite have the numbers, but she's not going to stop. And they're going to say she drug that left foot. And they're going to call a traveling violation. Triton still up 4 inside the 3:29 remaining in the ball game.
Card full.
Card full. Uh-oh. Well.
I'm trying to get it off the screen. It's not. There we go.
There we go. And we're going to get a travel on Triton there.
Maybe that's the next thing I need to buy, a bigger card.
Well, yeah, that as much as you record on those things, I can imagine.
Well, I tried to dump them, but.
Well, sometimes with all these events, it's easier said than done. Foul will be on Abbey Viers. That'll be her 3rd personal, team 7. So now the Squires are in the bonus the rest of the way out. Something just hit the deck hard.
I think it was a music stand.
So Parrett missed her first shot there. Bules now checking back, coming out of the game. Oh my goodness. Parrett's shot is up and it's in. Makes the second attempt. They're now down by 3. Garriott will check in with those 4 fouls. One more and she's done. Shambarger comes out. Whytnie Miller, Taren Yates. Abbey Viers, the birthday girl, out there with Lexia Hostrawser and Kinsey Atkins. Taren Yates with a nice move to get freed up. Goes back to Kinsey Atkins. She's going to try to work it past the half-court line. Here comes the pressure. Whytnie Miller wants to go cross-court. Finds Kinsey Atkins instead. Got to get past there. Quickly on up to Hostrawser. Hostrawser goes down to the paint. Goes up strong. Bank's open. Lexia Hostrawser and the Blue Swish have reopened the bank. A lot of their shots coming off the glass. They're now up by 5. Garriott now gives it on over to Mooney. Triton zone defense. Good job. Kinsey Atkins knocks it away, and it's a fight for the basketball. Taren Yates not giving up yet. They're trying to fight for it, and they're going to get they're going to call a foul before the timeout. Oh, let's see. They called timeout before the foul, and they'll take a full timeout. Coach Troyer couldn't quite try to call a timeout, but the foul occurred after he called time after they had a signal from call a timeout. So as we said, next Tuesday night will be the first home game, Military Appreciation Night. Appreciate everybody listening and watching here tonight. Got a few football games around the area, although I will say, Orion, not that I'm a wimp with the cold or anything, because I'm not, but I do rather prefer indoor games versus being out in the cold. I wish we were out in the cold for the football, but we'll take it. Basketball's starting. It's hard to believe it's already here. I mean, before we know it, it'll be spring, and let's hope spring comes a little fast. I hope all the snow they say is going to happen doesn't drop.
Well, it looks like football sectional 41 at North Judson. Judson is up, but just barely, 8-6 over the Culver Cavaliers, and it looks like there's 5:53 left in the third.
That's a close ball game. And I believe that's at Culver, right?
No, it's at Judson.
It's at Judson. I think it's a host 2 sectional championships in 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Luck of the draw, I guess.
Hatfield, Day, Parrett, Garriott, and Mooney out there for the Squires. Out for the Blue Swish, Kinsey Atkins, Taren Yates, Whytnie Miller, Lexia Hostrawser, and Abbey Viers. 2:37 remaining in the ballgame. Triton's now up 5. Mooney with the basketball, trying to dribble away from Taren Yates. Good defense by her. Hatfield running along the baseline, trying to find herself open up in the corner. Garriott looking for her in the corner. Good job by Whytnie Miller to shut off that lane. Goes across. Hatfield gets away from the defense. We'll try a corner 3. Side iron, no good. Rebound, Parrett. But Taren Yates is in there to fight for. We're going to get a jump. What are we going to call? Jump ball. And it'll belong to the Blue Swish. Kinsey Atkins to inbound. Full court press now for the Squires. Goes to Taren Yates. Back to Kinsey Atkins. On to Whytnie Miller. Back to Atkins now. 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Atkins now got to get past the half-court line and does. Goes up to Hostrawser. She'll go. Back on over to Whytnie Miller. Garriott on her. Tries to go to Hostrawser down in the corner. Finds Yates. She's trying to find some penetration, but they'll say she double dribble, kind of carried off her hip there. So Triton will turn the ball over. Minute 45 remaining. As Creager will check in. Coming in for Hatfield. So Mooney gets the inbound. Minute 44 remaining. Triton up 5. Creager will try a right wing 3. It'll go up and it'll go off the mark. Day gets it away, but Mooney gets it. Trying to direct traffic, throws it away. And that'll give Triton the ball back. So Triton can finish strong here with a minute 25 remaining. Up 5. Taren Yates got a good job by Whytnie Miller to get across the half-court line. Abbey Viers has it. Whytnie Miller thought about the 3, steps into a 2, up off the glass, not there. Rebound goes to Mooney. Mooney on the fast break. Triton shutting off any lane. Taren Yates is coming from behind and trying to knock it away. Mooney dribbles into trouble, and we're going to get a foul on the reach. That's going to send her to the line for the 1-on-1 shot, and that's going to be on Taren Yates. I think that's going to be it for her tonight. Oh, that's her 4th foul. And we'll get a timeout, 30-second timeout for the Blue Swish. So as they take a timeout, appreciate everybody's involvement. Looking forward to a good basketball season. A year ago, Triton lost pretty big at the Trojan Trench to this Squire team. Although John Harrell said in the last 15 years there's no series, so I couldn't quite figure out. I said I had to look. I tried to look back a few years. At least I know we played them last year. I'm not sure about years past, but I'm sure they have. Anybody can correct me if they would like. I don't mind.
I can correct you, but I can't tell you when.
Okay, well, we were discussing that on the way down here. I promise, that's what it says on there. So Triton here up 5, 1 minute even remaining. See if they can come out of this. Well, as Mooney goes to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity, she has been there once tonight for an and only made one on that trip. 1 or 2 earlier. She'll try her first attempt at the 1-on-1 opportunity, and he'll take an unfriendly bounce. Day gets the rebound. Mooney with it now, inside a minute remaining. Garriott tries this hesitation step, throws it out of bounds. Oh, almost goes out of bounds. Creager corrals it. Taren Yates tries to shut the lane off. Garriott with the shot, too strong, rebound, goes to Taren Yates. Here comes Garriott. Yates and her are going to battle it out. And here comes the defense, and they'll go out, and they'll say it went off on Taren Yates. It looked like a little bit of contact there, but no call. Shambarger will check in. And Mooney will come out with those 4 fouls.
The last time before last year when we played him was in 2015, and that was here. We won 35-27.
Yates with another rebound. They're going to say a foul on Day. She didn't like that call.
And pretty much every year before that we played him.
Well,
so there's quite a series there.
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering. I was trying to put some of this stuff together last night and was trying to read while holding a 7-month-old, so we'll see how it wasn't quite easy to read. And Garriott comes in, it'll go off of her knee and then out and knock Whytnie Miller to the ground.
I was here for that game in 2015, and I believe it was Taylor Hatfield's birthday, and she got a win on her birthday.
Okay, so we have one birthday girl. We'll see if she can get a win here. It's looking good with up 5 with 13 seconds remaining. And that's going to be on Day yet again.
Somebody on our team, it was their birthday. I think it was her.
Well, we'll see how it works here tonight. They're up 5, 13.8 remaining. On over to Kinsey Atkins. Manchester will foul. And that'll send Kinsey Atkins to the line. A pretty good free throw shooter. Only missing 1 on the season. 1-on-1 opportunity for her. 11.6 remaining. She has the chance to put them up. Make this and increase this lead here in the late goings. Triton looking strong, looking for that first win of the season. Played really good against John Glenn a couple nights ago. Kinsey Atkins doesn't get the roll. She'll miss that one. Triton gets it back, and we're going to get a foul on Day again. She's pretty frustrated after that one. And that's her 5th personal. She's done for the night. And that'll send Ainsley West in. She had a pretty good game in the JV game. Her and Shambarger switch spots. And Taren Yates now to the line for the 1-on-1 chance. 5.9 remaining. See if she can put Triton in the driver's seat the rest of the way out. Shots up, side iron no good. West has it, on up. Kinsey Atkins with the steal. Back to Hostrawser, she'll hold it there, and that'll be the end of the ball game. Triton wins 31-26 with the first win of the ball for the season. Not bad way to get things started. Abbey Viers gets a win on her birthday. 31-26 is our score. We'll have stats here in just a moment as soon as Tim gets things finished up here. So we'll get things going here. So not a bad way to travel. 1-1 on the season for Triton as they get ready to host Argus. Thank you, sir. So we'll start first for Manchester. Leading the way for them in scoring was Morgan Parrett. Next in line was Ranissa Shambarger. She hit a 2 and had a couple free throws, or hit a 3-ball rather. Next behind her, all with 2 points, was Mackenzie Meyer, Ainsley West, and Bailey Mooney. Also scoring, I'm reading off the wrong thing yet again. Parrett had 9, Garriott had 2, Mooney had 3, Shambarger had 5, Hatfield had 2, Creager had 1, and Mackenzie Meyer had 4. Wow, I need to really start looking at the right thing. They shot 22% from the line, only getting 8 field goals to drop on the night. Turned it over 25 times. Triton had 16 steals on the ball game. Leading the way for Triton in the scoring column was Lexia Hostrawser with 10 points, 50% from the floor, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Also scoring right behind her was Whytnie Miller with 6 points. Kinsey Atkins with 5, Abbey Viers with 4, 2 for Jessica Soriano, and 2 for Taren Yates. They shot 33% from the field. Not bad. 63% from the free throw line. A little bit different from a really good free throw percentage a couple nights ago. Out-rebounded Manchester 29-27. So good job there by them. For Triton, trying to see here, at 8 points coming off the bench. So they had a lot of really good looks there. Had 12 points off of turnovers. 11 points for Manchester. Total rebounds, like I said, Triton out-rebounded them 29-27, so good job by them. Triton got along pretty good, so gotta love the first win of the season. So we will hang it up here, I believe.
That's all I got.
That's all I got, too. So, I mean, I'm good with hanging it up. So, well, we'll hang it up. I told Coach Heckaman we'll work on some behind the X's and O's stuff and get some interviews. I know we'll talk to him after some ball games as well, so – well, Trojan fans, we're going to hang it up here for tonight. Triton wins 31-26. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lindler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. And until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.